Well, it is exactly 100 days until Election Day in the U.S., and the race is heating up between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. It has been a whirlwind week in U.S. politics. There are so many unknowns on how the presidential race might play out, but for now, the momentum looks to be on Kamala Harris's side as her campaign has raised more than $200 million in less than a week. This after key endorsements and favorable polling numbers. Joining me now is Evan Siegfried, a Republican strategist. Evan, thank you as always for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Roger.
The week that's been, is the momentum now leaning towards the Democrats?
Well, the race is completely shifted and reset, if you really think about it. You saw Kamala Harris come right out of the gate, and her campaign had a ruthless efficiency that took over the media narrative and changed what this election is about. It used to be an election last Sunday at this time between two men that neither, or the vast majority of Americans didn't want. Now, all of a sudden, you've seen an immense amount of energy come out behind the Vice President Harris. And this morning, her campaign announced that she has raised $200 million since Sunday. And 66% of that money raised comes from new donors who hadn't given to the campaign before. That is pretty big.
Okay, let's talk about Donald Trump a little bit. He was out promoting Bitcoin. He was meeting with Bitcoin investors. Is that something that's going to help or hinder him?
Look, he's trying every which way, as will the Harris campaign, to get to new voters who could help put them over the top. The race went from 100% lock Donald Trump winning a week ago to a 50-50 coin toss. And going to Bitcoin investors is another play into sort of that tech sphere where J.D. Vance helps, because there are parts of tech communities who are becoming more and more aligned in the MAGA movement.
And with J.D. Vance, is he going to help or hinder, or is it too early to tell? I mean, he's been taking a lot of heat since his name was announced.
I think that J.D. will actually help the ticket because he's going to be able to go into the Midwest and the flyover states where this election is going to be won. He actually relates much more to these voters that they're trying to win over than Donald Trump does. Donald Trump, he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. J.D. Vance has worked every day to become or to get to where he is, and that is the American success story.
And with the two of them, with the two of them going after Harris, she's in a bit of a honeymoon phase for sure. What are they going to do to try and end that honeymoon?
Well, I think they're going to try and focus on her record, tie her to Joe Biden. They're going to hit her on one issue in particular, immigration. She was appointed the border czar by the White House and was in charge of all of the immigration issues from 2021 on, except there has been an immigration problem, and it's one of the top two issues in this campaign. What they need to continue to do is wrap Joe Biden around Kamala Harris's neck like an albatross and say, Kamala Harris is just Joe Biden in a different, as a different person. And that is the way you move forward. At the same time, they have to hit her for not having any specific plans to make voters' lives better. What are you offering other than I'm a prosecutor and you are a convicted felon? There hasn't been more substance from the Harris campaign.
Okay, Evan, thank you as always for your insight and analysis.